endüstriyel bir devrim yaşanıyor. Bu kez üretilen şey zeka demiştik. Bu zeka öyle hızlı öğreniyor ki 2026'ya kadar tarih boyunca yaratılandan daha çok veri üretecek. Her şey o kadar hızlanıyor ki yapay zeka teknolojilerindeki ilerleme dünya çapında endüstrileri yeniden şekillendiriyor. Şimdi gelin iki değerli ismin keyifli sohbetine kulak verelim. En son yapay zeka trendlerini öğrenelim. Türkiye pazarına ilişkin öngörüleri ve yerel işletmelerin rekabetçi kalabilmek için ne yapması gerektiğiyle ilgili tavsiyeleri de alalım. Türkiye'de bir şirket yapay zekadan nasıl yararlanabilir? Hangi zorluklarla karşılaşır? Nasıl üstesinden gelir? Bizlere pratik çözümler de sunmasını beklediğimiz iki değerli ismi alkışlarınızla sahneye davet ediyorum. NVIDIA'dan Carlo, Ruiz ve HPP'den Güngör, Kaymak geliyor sahneye.
You go the other side. Other side, I stay here.
Unlock AI. Unlock the potential to do more, solve more, discover more. Hewlett-Packard Enterprise and NVIDIA unlock the power of generative AI, combining HPE's enterprise-grade mastery with NVIDIA's revolutionary AI breakthroughs. We're co-developing and co-innovating to simplify the complexities of AI, making it easier and faster to deploy. Not only are we building and creating together, our combined solutions empower teams to do the same, scaling AI from individual data scientists to an enterprise-wide platform for innovation. With all these things coming together as one, organizations can deliver on AI-driven business outcomes faster, seeing results in weeks instead of years. Welcome to the new world of NVIDIA AI computing by HPE. It's time to unlock AI.
It's a pleasure to be here today with you in Istanbul, and thank you for hosting us, and thank you, HPE, for the invite. Today we want to talk a little bit about the latest trends that we see and how we're working together with HPE to bring the best possible solutions to you. Now, one of the questions I get all the time is, hey, NVIDIA, where do you see AI going next, right? What is happening? What are the next trends that are in front of us? And there are basically three things I always talk about. First of all, it's really good to understand that all the work on foundational models, that's not stopping anytime soon. You know, we have seen that the more data we have, the more compute we add to it, the more complex we make the models, the better the results that we yield, right? So all of that work on the foundational side, that will not stop. It will just continue. The exciting part for all of us is, what's next? How do we adopt it as a nation, on a local level, or how are we going to adopt that on the enterprise side of things? And sometimes you don't have the resources or even the need to train these very large models, but it's more about customizing, fine-tuning, and so on. And also, if we look at our own work at NVIDIA, sometimes we also, we can do with a smaller model and something fine-tuned. So an example of that, we wanted to create a co-pilot for chip design. That's something that's very close to our business, of course, and you want to protect the IP there, right? So we fine-tuned a model, we added all our knowledge on chip design, and it's something we call Chip Nemo. And the recipe of that and the work that we have done there, we have published, and that's something that we want to bring as a best practice forward as nations and enterprises are looking to adopt all of this. So that's the second wave. Now, a third wave that I find extremely exciting is the one of physical AI. And physical AI is exactly what it means, right? AI appearing in the physical space around us. And for that, we have to solve three major challenges. One of the challenges is on the compute side of things. Well, we got that covered. We'll talk a little bit more about that today, but we can train and develop very complex models, and multiple can run next to each other. Then there's the domain of the target platform at the edge of things. And at NVIDIA, we're working on things like autonomous vehicles, but also humanoid robots. Also here, the deployment, that's now taken care of with a specific compute platform. But there was always this missing gap, and you see that here in the middle. That's the Omniverse compute platform, which we have introduced. And Omniverse is like your simulation platform, the physically accurate representation of the world where you can train these AIs. Because an AI, like a human, needs to train, learn from the examples, and you can do that perfect in simulation. So this is really exciting. For the first time, these three things are coming together, and in the next few years, this will fuel physical AI coming to us. Now, I think it's time for a little bit of the practical side of things. So, Güngör, can you talk a bit about that?
Thank you for the interesting start. Actually, before going into what are we seeing in our markets, in our local markets, I want to emphasize one important point. AI probably is the very first technology in the history of technology and innovations of the human life, which states, corporates, humans are not resisting. They all want to embed, hug the new technology, not to miss the opportunity it's bringing to the life of the people and the companies and the institutions. Normally, whenever a new technology comes into place, the incumbent technologies are trying to put some barriers in front of that new technology to save their income, to save their profit. But this time, wherever you go, which meeting you visit or you attend, you always hear about AI. AI is more than a hype now, and when we see to the surveys, not only in the worldwide surveys, but also in Turkey, over 73% of the companies are prioritizing AI investment at the top level before all other digital investments. They are saying that we shouldn't miss any opportunity coming together with AI, related with the AI. But on the other hand, there is another reality from the marketplace that for the time being, only 10% of the AI initiatives or projects are coming into live and producing real business results for the time being. So we need to create more use cases. When we ask to the companies who started to invest in AI, the major complexities they are mentioning or sharing with us are either trained people who are able to develop AI models and use AI applications for the business purposes, or also capturing the data and analyzing data in the right way. Because the foundation of AI is data. And if you cannot capture, use the data in the proper way, the results you will face will not be realistic. And another survey, which has been done among 8,600 professionals and companies, showing that the data maturity of these companies at the worldwide level is 2.6/5. So we need to be able to understand our data better, to capture our data at the earlier times, and to make the right analysis to get the best out of the AI applications. Because data has a time value. If you cannot use data at the right time, some of the companies are saying that 1/3 of the companies, after a few hours, data is useless for them. And almost 50% of the companies are saying that after 2 days, the data produced in the previous 2 days are not relevant for their business purposes. So there is a time value for the data, and data maturity of the companies are not there yet. And when we look to this picture, the challenges are common for everybody, not only the advanced country economies, developed countries, but also developing countries. The challenges are same. They are believing in the power of AI, the opportunities AI will bring to them, and they want to invest in AI. They are prioritizing their investments around AI, but everybody has some obstacles related with the data management and trained people and the economies and sustainability of the AI, which you will mention shortly now. Okay?
I will. Okay, so challenges. There are plenty of challenges. I don't need to tell that here to the practitioners. But yeah, one of the things to always remember, this is a technology play, right? And it's quite different from what we have seen with conventional compute in the past. In the past, we would take a processor, stick it in a computer, and then we're done. This is not what the AI compute challenge is about. The challenge is much larger, right? So to do AI, it requires a full stack approach. And so it's not, if you look at the unit of compute, it's not the chip, it's not a server anymore. No, we're talking about full cluster, full data center scale. That's where we're focused on right now. So of course we make GPUs, but we also make CPUs nowadays. And we make DPUs, data processing units. And maybe the most important part for a large-scale AI compute is the networking part. Very relevant. You have seen us making acquisitions in that space. And then you come to the data center scale, and if you look at our population, or engineers, we're an engineering company, yeah? And the majority of them are working on the software side of things, because you need to have brilliant software to tap in the potential that you have on the infrastructure side. So think about elements like cluster management or cluster orchestration will be vital as we move forward, but also libraries, which will end up in all the different AI tools that you will be using. And then there are all the SDKs that will help, the SDKs or toolboxes that will help people to either develop, build on top of what's available, or on the other side to help with the execution, with the inference side of things. So we have NVIDIA inference microservices. Those are the software modules that will run on top of this. Then from this whole setup that you have here, we created this recipe, a blueprint, and something that we call an architecture for an AI factory. And an AI factory is something different than a data center. A data center is a bunch of computers and costs money. An AI factory, if you deploy it in the right way, you will have data going in, you process that, and you have intelligence coming out. So if defined well, it will generate value immediately if you architect it in the right way. Now, to bring all of this to market, we have teamed up with HPE, and we can talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. Technology is evolving in very different areas, and from my own perspective, there is no single company in the world who can provide a whole solution portfolio to find solutions to your own business issues. So we have to collaborate, we have to cooperate, we have to establish strategic partnership. And what you see in the screen, NVIDIA AI Computing by HP, is one of the very good examples of this collaboration in the marketplace to provide the right solution around AI to our customers. Why we established this partnership, strategic partnership? Because in an AI project, there are three important points or components to be handled very carefully. One of them is people, the other one is technology, and the third and the same importance level is the economics of economic parameter of the solution or the issue, I would say. Together with NVIDIA, we created a platform which will accelerate the adoption of our customers to AI solutions and AI projects. Because in order to initiate an AI project, you have different components to be established and founded in your company, in your institution, starting from the technology, but also training your people, giving the right strategy and acceleration points to the project teams. And in this platform, we will develop all these solutions together with NVIDIA, and we will support these solutions together with NVIDIA. So you will be in contact, actually, one company or one strategic partnership, HP, NVIDIA, addressing your solutions together. If we can, yeah. In this slide, you see the first announcement of this partnership, and this is HP Private Cloud AI. HP Private Cloud AI is a set of appliance or hardware, including the software parts, which when you take out of the box, you can say that it's a solution, box solution. When you take it out of its box, you can immediately install and start to use in a few minutes. All the virtual assistants, necessary softwares are embedded in this appliance, and also it's designed in different scales, because not all companies have the same size of data, have the same size of AI projects. So we announced 4 different models, small, medium, large, and extra large. You can order these packed solutions, in-box solutions, and you can start immediately training your data, starting to build your own LLM or starting to build your AI-based business solution. And this is what we call HP Private Cloud AI, and you can get more information outside in our stand together with NVIDIA. And that's the solution we are providing under the name of NVIDIA AI Computing by HP.
And there are other questions that are coming. Spending some time with you here earlier today and with some of the press, the question comes, what about sustainability? And I think that's a really fair question, right? As we start to use more AI compute, how do we do this in a smart way? I think it's really important to recognize that, again, if you compare to conventional computing, if you look at the NVIDIA accelerated platform, it's the most energy efficient way to do compute. So think about this. If you have, let's take a generic AI workload. In the past, it would take like 50 conventional servers to run such a workload. Now, by this combination, which I talked about earlier, both the acceleration in the infrastructure and also the software that comes on top, you can do that with a single accelerated server. So the step forward that we can make there is tremendous. But it's not only from an energy efficiency, so if you would think about how many flops do you get out of a watt, right? It's absolutely amazing. But also for your investment, the money that you invest and what you get in return, it's a very efficient platform there. And a great example of that is the system that you see here. This is the leading AI system in the UK. It's called Isambard. And Isambard is leveraging some of the latest technologies from NVIDIA. Not only GPU, it has Hopper GPU, but it also has our CPU in there, the Grace CPU. And this is one of the world's most energy efficient computers. So we lead by example here. And I think what we do in AI can also be perfectly applied to other domains in compute. Now, the really cool thing, this is not only as we talk from conventional compute to going to the accelerated platform, but also with every generational leap that we make the same really big jump. So this is a Hopper-based system, and as we go, you know that we're going to introduce Blackwell. As we move from Hopper to Blackwell, you see a performance increase in training of 4x. You will see on the inferencing side, you will see a 30x increase. And then the whole system itself will become 25x more power efficient. So I think this is a way forward. Now, and one thing is, of course, sustainable computing, but the other thing is how do you apply this type of computing to the sustainability question itself. At NVIDIA, we like to work on really hard problems, and we thought there's no harder problem than climate change. So, and climate change, just think about it. If you want to predict the weather just a few days out, it's already really hard. So we thought this is interesting, right? If you want to model climate change measures and see what the effects will be decades out, then we need a different solution. So we created one of the world's largest supercomputers, and we made a digital twin with extremely high detail, high resolution simulation on there, and we call it Earth 2. And Earth 2 is already used today in collaboration with many partners in Europe, in the Middle East, but also like Taiwan, to do things like extreme weather forecasting. So this is also how you can use all of this technology to make a contribution to sustainability. There are also other angles to look at on the data center side of things.
Yeah. We are developing our own technologies to help sustainability issue in the world, because sustainability is getting a bigger and bigger problem for the future of the world. We all know that. If you look to the last 15 years, the number of the transistors in a chip increased almost up to 500 times, from, let's say, a few million or 100 million to 100 billion now. So the requirement of energy to operate and cool these kind of processors or chips increased 33 times more. It used to be around 0.3 kilowatt in the past. Now, one server may need up to 10 kilowatts. So to do so, and considering that we have some data centers around the world with 10,000 servers, the energy they require is around 100 megawatts to cool only the data center to operate all those machines. So HP, as being one of the leading technology providers in direct cooling and liquid cooling, and as of today, 7 out of top 10 most green hyper-performance computer in the world is owned or manufactured by HP. We recently announced a 100% fanless direct liquid cooling. And you see some numbers here. When you compare it with the fan cooling, with direct 100% liquid cooling, you are saving 90% of energy. And also, since you don't use fans in the racks, in the servers, in the CPUs, you need less place in the data centers to operate your hardware. So this is a really important announcement coming from a technology vendor, which will help you to process more data with less energy consumption and to help the sustainability of the future world. But this is not the only thing. So I'm closing the pitch on the 35 seconds with one last slide. Most of the time, when we speak about AI in different environments, especially at the university level or with some customers, the question we receive is AI going to replace us, or is AI going to take over our tasks, jobs? And the common answer we are giving to them that AI will not take over your job, but a person who uses AI will certainly take over your job. So we must be careful about that. We have to train ourselves. But on the other hand, talking about the digital twins, now we are seeing more and more avatars, or a kind of digital twin of the human beings, who are using different AI sources, different LLMs, different websites, to find creative and immediate answers to your questions. And we developed a Turkish-speaking avatar, which you can see outside in our stand. And her name is Bilge, a wise lady, who can answer most of your questions in real time. So I want to introduce Bilge to you as the closing part of this joint session with NVIDIA, and I want to thank Carlo as well.
Merhaba, ben Bilge. Bazılarınız ile sabah tanışıp sohbet etme fırsatı bulduk. Umarım siz de tanıştığımıza benim kadar sevinmişsinizdir. Henüz görüşmediysek sizi standımıza davet etmek istiyorum. Gelin birlikte dijital dönüşüm, yapay zeka ve geleceğin teknolojilerini konuşalım. Sorularınızı yanıtlamak ve birlikte neler başarabileceğimizi görmek için buradayım. Etkinliğin tadını çıkarıp standımıza uğramayı unutmayın. Görüşmek üzere.
Teşekkür ederiz bizi dinlediğiniz için.
Thank you very much.
Çok teşekkür ediyoruz bu harika sohbet ve sunum için. Yapay zeka ile ilgili sorun yaşandığında bu sorunların çözümü için tek bir firmaya gidemiyoruz. Sunumda da vurgulandı. Bu nedenle NVIDIA ve HP'nin işbirliği gibi işbirliklerini önümüzdeki dönemde daha çok göreceğiz anlaşılan. Ve veri oldukça önemli. Verinin zaman değerine de işaret etti Güngör Bey. Gerçekten Bilge ile tanıştığımıza da memnun olduk bu arada. Şimdi gelin kısa bir öğle arası molası verelim. 13.30'da bu salonda buluşuyoruz. Sadece yarım saat mola veriyoruz. Zira çok önemli bir sunum olacak. Chatbotların ötesine geçmek sunumuyla Numeno AI CEO'su Philip Baudouin bizimle birlikte olacak. 13.30'da bu salonda